Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Thursday, July 7th. And you can see some clouds out there this morning. The headlines are going to be warm and humid, but mainly dry today, as a lot of the activity is going to remain off to our southwest. And then our best chance of rain coming up is going to be for tonight. So we really need to hope for the rain. There's going to be a big MCS complex of storms that's going to develop off to our west, move into the area overnight into the morning hours. And again, depending on how well that survives is going to be very dependent on how much precipitation we get. Right now, we're going to play it conservative and say around a third to two-thirds of an inch of rainfall. If that system holds together and remains quite strong, we could double this amount and be up around 6/10 to around an inch and a quarter locally. But again, we're going to have to watch that storm complex develop across Wisconsin and Iowa, Illinois, and as it moves into the state tonight. Again, we'll have to see how well that survives the trip across the lake. Our normal highs for the day is 84. The normal low is 58. And yesterday across the area, you can see temperatures were mainly in the mid 80s to around 90, just missing 90 degrees here in Breckenridge. That would have been our fifth, but we may see some more 90s as we get towards the middle of next week, maybe as early as Tuesday. As far as precipitation, we did pick up a trace here in Breckenridge. Tupperville, the big winner, almost 2/10 of an inch of rain there and just a few hundredths at London and St. Thomas. So again, we're just having a difficult time squeezing out rain across the area. As yesterday here in the Breckenridge area, we had about 20 minutes off and on of micro sprinkles, is what I call it, very small raindrops that fell, and that's about all we can muster. If we look around the MAC area this morning, again, very warm and muggy out there, temperatures in the mid 60s to around 70. And you can see that across the Great Lakes again, mainly 60s across much of the lower peninsula with 50s back into the UP. And if we look at the next screenshot, you can see the moisture here over the last couple of months. Many areas are between as little as just over a third of an inch or a third of the normal amount of rainfall. The best locations right now, Marlette and Brown City, but again, they're quite dry as well. Everybody needs a drink of water. But these four locations of Breckenridge, Tupperville, London, and St. Thomas are extremely dry. Again, only about 45% of what the normal rainfall should be over the last 2 months plus the first week here in July. If we look at that on a graphical format, you can see there's 12 different locations with 4 different months that we're tracking. That's 48 months, and only 1 month was normal or above normal, and that was Lansing in May. Everyone else has been very much below normal. If we look at the satellite this morning, you can see some of the very cold cloud tops that develop on these MCS complexes across parts of Kentucky. And then this morning, a very strong area of storms moving out of Nebraska and Kansas into northwestern Missouri. And you can see that on radar as those drop to the south and east, again, bringing quite a bit of severe weather across that area. And you can see that on the watch and warnings map where we have lots of severe thunderstorm warnings from southern Iowa, northwestern Missouri back into Kansas. And again, lots of rainfall out there, but not so much in our area. If we look at the forecast map for today, you can see low pressure will be off to our northeast with that cold front, stationary front, beginning to try to move to the north. And by tomorrow morning, that warm front will sneak into lower Michigan. But again, by the time that the cold front comes through, the best dynamics are going to be well off to the southeast. But still, overnight, we expect showers and thunderstorms to develop to give much of the area some much needed rainfall. And then after a break, as this cold front moves through and cooler air filters in behind it, we'll have fair conditions by tomorrow afternoon, but then wrap around moisture and clouds or bring more showers to the area Friday night into early Saturday before it lifts off to the northeast. And again, that should hopefully give us a little bit of additional rainfall, at least into early Saturday. And then we have a cool weekend with highs mainly in the 70s, but then we rapidly begin to warm up early next week, and we may be around 90 again by next Tuesday. As far as precipitation from the WPC, you can see it's kind of shrunk up a little bit, basically 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch, and that's kind of the middle road between whether or not that system that we expect to develop tonight moves into the state and weakens. If it does, we get closer to a third of an inch or maybe a little more. But if it holds together, we could be up around an inch. So it looks like the WPC is taking the middle road, forecasting about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of rain. So hopefully that'll pan out. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, and 73s to all.